southbound connectivity for servers. So we're going to cover physical server attachment as well as virtual server attachment. So here I have my leafs. This icon here is denoting my routing point, my Anycast gateway. So my server's default gateway is living here at the leaf layer. And it's distributed across all leafs wherever that service resides. Here I'm showing a physical server attached single-threaded into a single leaf. I can also take the exact same concept of a UCS Fabric Interconnect and single attach it into the leaf as well. I can also take a hypervisor and have it single-threaded in there as well. Again, this is an option. I'm not recommending this as a best practice or a leading practice. This is an example based upon your use case and your requirements. In the second example, I'm taking the exact same concepts of the first, but I'm adding local port channels for redundancy, meaning a single link failure is not going to result in a failure. So I have LACP port channels, for example, that are going to give me some high availability to not necessitate an I/O card failure or a single NIC failure. I'm going to have some sort of redundancy from a physical layer perspective for both physical UCS Fabric Interconnect as well as the hypervisor. The third connectivity option is going to give me a little bit more redundancy to where I can have a primary path here, and the dashed line is denoting a standby path, for example. So under normal situations and normal traffic flows, my ingress and egress is coming out of this primary. In the event that this link fails, I'm going to go ahead and leverage my standby path here. This is the exact same analogy or concept if I'm doing a vSwitch here in the hypervisor, to where I have my primary and standby path. Now I can look at the fourth use case to say, hey, I want to dual attach everything and provide high availability for my UCS Fabric Interconnect, my physical servers, my bare metal workloads, as well as my hypervisors with vSwitches and applications that are running within each virtual machine. Here I'm leveraging virtual port channels at the leaf layer. So now I can take a connection and connect one to leaf 1, a second physical connection to leaf 2, run VPC here at the top of rack leaf, and form an LACP port channel from each of the downstream devices, to where this gives me link and node level resiliency and failure. So now if I take that same concept, and if I want to add fabric extenders to the topology, here are our options. To where I have the same leafs, the same gateway sitting here. I have this, so I have an icon here denoting FEX. So all of these here are FEXs attached to my parent switches, my top of rack devices. So now I have that same workload, same attachment, to where I can accommodate obviously single attached servers, not recommended. And I have active, again, solid line, standby link is dashed and standby interface. The FEXs are single attached here. So I can also take the same concept with FEX and enable VPC here, to where I can have single attached host, active standby host, and downstream hosts that are attached via VPC port channels by leveraging the VPC domain up here at each top of rack pair or leaf pair. The third scenario says, hey, I want to go ahead and take the same topology of 2, but I want to do FEX straight through, which is from the FEX Fabric interface here to the top of rack device here, and I'm going to do port channels to accommodate for high availability, to where I'm not relying on a single link failure between my FEX and my parent switch. I'm still running virtual port channels on each leaf pair and or top of rack switch, and my hosts are connected in the exact same fashion as far as connectivity options, as well as option 2. Single attached servers, active standby servers, as well as servers with LACP and VPCs running here on the parent switch. I can also have a fourth connectivity option, which gives me a little bit more resiliency for single attached hosts. but you're still limited to a single attached host being a single point of failure, to where this FEX has a connection between this top of rack switch and then this top of rack switch running VPC, to where I can give you an additional level of redundancy, but if this link goes down or this NIC dies or this cable dies, the server is dead or the application is down. And then I can also accommodate dual attached host with VPC and single attached hosts on this FEX as well. So now the final option, option 5. I'm still running VPC here. I'm doing dual attached FEX to each parent switch. I have a physical server here, active standby. I can still do active active as in this one, but the only difference here is I'm showing a hypervisor with a vSwitch doing active active LACP out of the host to a VPC domain sitting top of rack switch.